Hey guys, Blackjack here with Guns, and More Guns, and today we're going to do a quick tabletop review and maybe even a kind of interactive review of a fairly new offering from High Speed Gear International, or HSGI, and that is the Polymer Taco. I saw these on their website. It had been a while since I visited their website, so these might have been out for a while and I just didn't know it. But I saw these on their website, and within a week I just knew I had to order some because I have several of the, and we have another video up on these, the Taco XR2 or whatever these are. These are awesome ammo pouches, or mag pouches, I'm sorry. But I wanted something that was obviously a slimline. I have several of the double stack ones, and quite honestly they're a little bit bulky. Mount just fine to this plate carrier, which you might realize I have one mounted. I'm going to show you guys real quick how to mount it and a little bit more of a close-up here. So let's get you guys on the table. Alright, so here we are on the table here. I'm going to try to stay out of the shot as much as possible. You'll have to excuse my awesome backdrop here. This is obviously kind of an on-the-fly review we're going to do. When you get them, I got 3 of them in the mail. Obviously, I already have one mounted here. When you get them, they're going to have, obviously, just this pretty standard like retail packaging on them, which is kind of nice because it's fairly simple to, well, I tried to tear it, and of course, as soon as I said it was fairly simple, just to take a blade, keep my Gerber around, because I had to use my Gerber to mount the other tacos. Those were actually kind of a pain in the ass to mount. But when you open it up here, go ahead and get this guy off. Do that whole thing. Now you're going to notice when you get it, there are these 2 additional screws you're going to get. These are actually very important, and I'm going to get into that why in a second here. But you go ahead and you're going to remove these guys. And I'm going to set them off to the side, but before I do, I want to show you that with the screw, there's this little spacer that comes with it, and there you go, you got a nice shot of it there. That spacer is important because what you can actually do with this, it's a little bit different than the other style taco. Previously with the, I guess, standard taco, you basically had 2 configurations you could buy, and I'm sure that there are some changes these days. Again, I bought mine a couple years ago. I think the video review that we already have of the XR2 or X2 taco or whatever is a couple years old. But what you can do with these, which is kind of nice, is you can actually set them up for a belt mount. And obviously it's not what we're going to be doing here. I'm just going to show you putting them on the plate carrier real quick. But you can actually set these up for a belt mount, which is freaking awesome. I mean, I think that that's so cool that they did that. We need this guy again. Obviously, kind of slide that through there. And we're going to, oh, fuck me. All right, see, I'm already screwing this up. All right. And what I did with this one is going to be the same thing I do here once I get it in. That's what she said. Alright, there we go. Fast forward. So I'm just fucking this all up. Once I get it in, I'm just going to go ahead and... There we go. I'm trying to do this from the side so it's not really looking that awesome right now. Alright, now that it's mounted, I can show you that it's on there pretty good. Even though I didn't loop it around like traditional Molly, you got to weave it in and out. I didn't do that. Let me go ahead and let me get this third one on here, and then I'll kind of show you what makes, if you don't know about these tacos, what kind of makes them really, really freaking cool. Okay, alright. So now that I've got all 3 of these on, I can kind of get into a little bit about what kind of sets these apart a little bit from, I guess, your average magazine pouch. Something you might find, off the shelf. Something that's built for, let's say, one specific type of magazine. And what I mean by that is, obviously, I've already got my little 20 rounder in there, but if I were to take one of Kruger's FAL mags, the taco will hold that just fine as well. And case you're wondering, if I were to take one of Kruger's AK mags, so I had to borrow a bunch of magazines from Kruger to make this one happen, it'll take that as well. So what's really, I think that's a freaking awesome design. I mean, I think that is such awesome engineering, if you will, the, you know, thoughts, I guess, came up with it. We also have his PTR mag, G3 mag, however you want to call it. He warned me not to mix these two mags up because people would just fucking lambaste me for that. But as you can see, also holds that one just fine. So what we just saw was basically four different, yeah, that's four. Okay, I can't count tonight. It's getting kind of late. Four different, I guess, main type of weapon systems, and it will hold the mags for all of them. So I guess you could buy, if you really wanted to, you know, one kit if you really want to set up like one, because I mean these are sort of pricey. That's one thing I haven't mentioned yet, is that these can be a little bit on the pricey side. They're $33 a piece, so it's, you know, in my opinion, just, you know, it's a little on the pricey side for a mag pouch, but they're quality. And one of the things I wanted to point out that's kind of important for those of you that might live in magazine restricted states, this is a standard taco once again. This is a sort of USGI 20 round AR mag. That thing just basically disappeared in there. That's like completely not usable. There's no way you're going to be able to yank that mag out. However, with the new Polymer Taco, doesn't leave you a lot of meat on the bone, but you know, you can pull that out pretty easily. So that's not going to be too much of a problem. And then of course, here's my mag pull, and this guy here. And then if I wanted to go with a 30 rounder, there I have it with the Troy Battle Mag. So overall, pretty good thoughts as far as like the retention, the build quality, everything else. I think what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna put some mags in this thing. I'm gonna fucking do some running and jumping and hopping around. You guys know how much I love to do that, my interactive reviews. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna strap this bad boy on and you know, do a little PT, kind of maybe, like I said, get after my brute force bag a little bit and see if basically these things come loose. I'm gonna try it with the different types of magazines and just see if the weight makes a difference. I'm a little too fat to be hanging upside down, so I won't be doing any gymnastics or anything, but let's see how they hold up. All right, guys, so real quick, here we are with the real quick, I guess, interactive review of these taco magazines, magazine pouches for that matter. I'm gonna do a couple of sit-ups here. I'm gonna try to go all the way down on my decline bench here, just kind of hang upside down a little bit. Do some burpees, couple other things. Basically, I just want to see, you know, if once we start moving around, if these mags are going to come out. So what I have loaded up here, I don't have any of the FAL mags or the G3 mags. But what I have is kind of your standard USGI issue AR magazine, a Troy Battle Mag, very comparable to the Magpul P mags, and one of my 20 round P mags right here. And they're all fully loaded. Again, this is really just to kind of do a really quick demonstration of how well these Polymer Tacos hold. One of my concerns with these USGI AR mags are that they are kind of slick, and that the polymer inside is also kind of slick. So I'm kind of curious to see if these are going to back off. So I'm going to go ahead and knock these all the way in here and get to it. Now let's take a look. Okay, that one is seated pretty well. GI mag. That mag is also still seated. And my P mag is still seated. So, let me catch my breath here. Alright, now that I got my breath here a little bit, I realized that what I just did wasn't really the best demonstration. I mean, nothing really beats actually getting out on the range and testing this stuff out. Right now though, we're buried in about 2 feet of snow outside, and so going to the range isn't really an option. So this is kind of the next best thing for us. I got to admit, man, I really dig these pouches. I'm probably going to buy more of them. I would probably buy more of the polymers over the regular. That's just me, personal preference. Held all these things in great. There's like no play in them. So I mean, so far it's kind of a winner. We've got some really cool reviews coming up, some different handguns and things. Maybe we'll get these things out on the range, actually give them a good test, but it's just kind of a first look for some of you that might be seeing them. That's the HSGI Polymer Taco.